Welcome to episode 432 of In Touch with iOS, the podcast that keeps you connected to the ever-changing Apple ecosystem. I'm your host, Dave Ginsburg. Each week we break down the latest news, updates, tips, and hidden features across iPhone, iPad, Apple Watch, Mac, Vision Pro, and Apple TV, all with insights from our friends, experts, and the Apple community. Because here we read the release notes so you don't have to. So we are here all together in person, live, on recording here at Macstock in Crystal Lake, Illinois. So great to hear everybody. Yeah, got an audience here. It's amazing. And I'm just absolutely thrilled to see everybody here. And we're celebrating our 10th anniversary of this show. June 15th, 2016 was when the first show recorded. That was a long time ago, but 10 years have gone past here. And it's just pretty amazing here. So let's see who's here. I'm going to go to my right. Eric Bolden. Thanks for being here. How you doing?
Hi. Doing great.
Great to see you.
Yeah. Perfect day.
Yeah. Beautiful weather.
Yeah.
And we got to hang out, had some dinner, a little Portillo's. That was really good. It's great to, I don't know. No, you weren't there with us. Sorry. I forgot. Sorry about that.
In spirit.
In spirit, you
Yeah.
were. And then also here, because of all this problem here with this podcast, Chuck Joyner. How you doing, Chuck?
I'm good, Dave. I'm not sure I want to take responsibility for this.
No. It was
congratulations on 10.
Yeah, no, thank you so much. No, I tease him because he was the one that inspired me to do this when on stage at Macstock 2015. That's how far back we go here.
Yeah, I said, Dave, what can they do? They can't reach you. Just go ahead and try it.
Yeah, and look what happened.
Yeah.
So thanks, Chuck, for all your support. Another guy here that's been really supportive of the show. I'm so glad. Sitting right next to him here is Jeff Gamet. Thank you, Jeff, for being here. Good to see you in person.
It's great, although I don't know how I got here. I was sitting at home, and all of a sudden, there's this black sack over my head, and I'm drug out, and then now I'm here.
Yes.
But I'm sure I'm really happy to be here.
Yes.
No, really, I am. I'm happy to be here.
I'm happy to have you here. And then Jill McKinley, another great member of this panel and co-host. I appreciate you being here, and glad to see you in person. It's been quite a while, but great to see you.
Right. Well, thank you for having me. This is exciting. Never did a live panel before like this.
All right, good. Awesome. Last but certainly not least, Marty Jencius.
Hey, Jeff, isn't a black sack over your head what you call a Friday night?
Yeah, so this is Saturday, right?
And the 10th anniversary, I understand, is Italian beef. That's what you give on the 10th.
Yeah, but he can't have that.
Make sure you sign up.
So, again, great to have everybody here. My wonderful wife, Kathy, was here, and she gave me a really nice plaque to commemorate the 10 years. Thank you. Appreciate it, honey. I appreciate it. Let's see what we have in the audience. So we have Kathy, of course. Webb Bixby, it's great here to see him in person. Norbert, for also glad. Thank you for being here. Sorry, I don't know names. You'll have to tell me. I always forget. Paul Conway is here. And then we also have Brian Flanagan-Arthurs. And I don't know your name, sir. Oh, Barry, my gosh. Sorry about that. I always see your chat, but I don't see your face. Thank you, Barry, for being here. And then Gary Atler. Atler? Did I spell it right? Say it right? Okay. Gary's here. He's all the way from Idaho. He loves joining us every year. Great to see you. And don't forget Guy Serle. He is actually being the, what we call you? Well, I'm too close to the mic. So that's what it is.
He's calling you out.
He's calling me out. But Guy is,
Hi, Serle.
he's doing our production. We'll get some input from him, but
Hey, Dave, who's that guy sitting right there?
that is Barry.
No, right in the back, in the middle.
Oh, Brian Flanagan-Arthurs.
Oh, my gosh, he's here too?
He is. All right. So thanks.
You have a ponytail.
He does. Barry does have a ponytail. So
I used to have a ponytail.
I remember. Yeah.
So let's go ahead and start our show.
Reel it back in.
Let's talk a little bit about Vision Pro. We have Eric, Marty, myself, Vision Pros here. We're going to talk a little bit about it. And first thing is they did see the third beta of visionOS. Am I okay? It was provided for developers, the third update, and there was actually quite a bit of updates, which was kind of surprising. Right, Martin?
Yeah, if you look at the the developer notes. It's come some of the longest developer notes that I've ever seen in terms of things that they're worried about, things that they're aware are problems, but, they're going to work on them, and few things that they have fixed. So it's surprising. There's a lot buried in there. It's all under the hood work that we generally won't see. There's been some problems in the last week with it picking up test flight and effectively loading programs through test flight. And I tried that before the beta 3 with some problems, and then ran it after the beta 3, and might have been coincidental, but the problems stopped happening.
Yeah. Anything you found there, Eric? Are you running beta? I always forget. Sometimes you do, and sometimes you don't.
This time, yes.
Okay.
I could not resist.
Yeah.
And it's actually going really well.
Yeah. Seems like it for me. It's been running really well. I did some testing with it, and it was really good. So,
hey, Chuck, how's that beta running for you on your Vision Pro?
It's running great. It's flawless.
Yeah.
I don't even know it's running.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's really immersive.
That's about as immersive as you can get. And then if you're not running the visionOS 27, visionOS 26.6 beta 3 was released for developers as well. So you got simultaneous betas going on right now, and not much to say about that one. It's just bug fixes basically, but we got to move on to 27. So there was an interesting article, Marty, you brought it up in Vision Profiles. We talked about it, but I wanted to bring it up here too, is the fact of the matter of having an M2 versus an M5.
Yeah.
We know, Marty, you have both, and you're proud of that.
Doesn't everyone?
No. And if I did, I'd be in trouble. I only have...
You have none. Dave has not.
Well, I have one.
Dave has never bought any Apple gear. He has nothing.
No,
Don't worry about it.
That's true.
Nothing.
So really, this was an interesting article on Reddit, and we brought that up. And maybe let's go ahead to tell people what was found here, because I don't see any real need to update them by, because of all the things it can do, it's not going to get affected by doing them.
Yeah, I hear that a lot from people with old models. But no, really, there isn't. There is some things that you can do in terms of adjustment, or will be able to do in terms of adjustment with Siri. There is also some in terms of watching YouTube videos through Safari. You can do immersive stuff and see the immersive stuff on an M5 that you can't see on M2s. There is better on this one.
Well, and I was also going to mention that one of the biggest updates of the M5 is something that M2 users can upgrade, and that's the dual knit band, which really increases comfort. So you can start with the dual knit band and then maybe move to the M5 if necessary. But that's only a few people.
What the dual knit band is, and I see people's faces in here. I'm like, oh,
it's knit twice. No. So the original Vision Pro basically had one band that went behind the head, and it and a crank on the side to kind of give you a unique head pressure twisting band that would either cause a headache from pressure on the top of your head or cheek aches from pressure there. Basically, it was really hard to adjust it and make it all work. Some people thought it was fine. Most people didn't. The dual knit band added weights to the strap behind the head, and then added a second band that goes across the top of the head, and you could loosen things up a bit so it's kind of like a stocking cap, kind of floating everything or just on your head. It was a lot more comfortable, a lot less pressure on the forehead and the cheeks, and it was many more people found it comfortable to use for a longer time.
The irony is everybody complained about how heavy the Vision Pro was, so it created and made it more comfortable.
But it balanced better. Kind of pivoted with that top band, sort of, so it kind of balanced like a nice little teeter-totter effect. So, but the other thing the M5 does is if you're watching immersive videos from YouTube, they're encoded in a way that the M5 can decode it, but the M2 doesn't support the encoding method. So if you want to conveniently watch a lot of high resolution YouTube immersive videos, you either have to download them for the M2 or upgrade.
Okay. And just basically, again, David, there really is not about any compelling reason to upgrade from an M2 to an M5.
Right. And I'm going to read off. I go on a document I put in our show notes that's kind of give a summary of that. And bottom line, it's really the M5 Vision Pro is a refined version of the M2, but with better visuals, smoother performance, improved comfort, and longer battery life. It's a worthwhile upgrade for heavy users. Time's up. So, what many existing M2 owners may prefer to wait for more significant future release dates. So that means that there isn't much of a big release date. There really isn't a lot of difference between the two, my opinion. So I'm sticking.
But having users could constitute enterprise.
Couldn't get advice, yes. And that's the thing. But lost Corey?
Jill is maxed out. You and Jeff and Marty have 0. I got nothing.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah, but that's picking up everything.
I'm only kidding you, Brian.
It's set for doing games.
Oh, Pink Panther is a great movie. I love the Pink Panther. Peter Sellers is hilarious.
Yeah.
We take that one. It's really old.
Yes.
What's that?
Did you do Pink Panther?
What?
Who did Pink Panther?
We just did.
Wow.
Oh, that's an awesome movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Of course, mine's the same size because I bought this one. Yeah.
You got the blue and blue
I got
instead
the
of the
blue.
white and blue because all I could see was the white and blue, but I was going to get a white and blue and I got this instead.
I ordered the blue and blue.
Oh, raising the power line.
I did a conference for a company I worked at, and every time the speaker talked on a microphone,
Uh-huh.
Nothing. All right, let's move on.
simultaneous.
As long as it's recording, we'll just have to edit it. Don't be sorry. That's
They don't,
this is what.
they don't realize.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Don't be sorry. I was fine.
I still blame Chuck.
Their
All right, we're gonna start back up.
Okay.
I'm gonna go right back to the bottom line that I talked about, and I'll go from there.
Okay.
You're in trouble.
So
Situation normal.
Count in.
1, 5, 4, 3, 2. So, like we talked about, the bottom line is M2 owners are going to be pretty happy, I think, and we'll leave it at that with Vision Pro. So, let's move on and let's go on to beta this week. Apple released the new betas out for iOS and iPadOS. That has come out, the third beta. That's out for developers. They did introduce a new smarter version of the S person and Apple Intelligence and all that. So there has been some subtle changes when it comes to the beta. I mean, it continues to evolve. Really not much to say, really. I don't know if anybody's experienced on using iOS 27 on their iPhones. Would you see anything?
Yeah, I used it with CarPlay all the way over here.
Okay.
And was really surprised the context kinds of questions that I could ask it, that it would give me reliable answers back in terms of locations for the hotel, things like that. All of that came back really well with SAI on 27. It's growing.
Yeah.
It's slow sometimes in terms of response, but the responses are quality responsive.
Okay. Are you running a beta?
No, but I really, really want to.
Yeah, because there's some still cool stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, you are, Jill.
I'm doing it on my iPad, and the Siri is great. It is good for integration with actual applications. it's good for really good like applications that are on the iPad and integrating with them. I still think that Claude and ChatGPT are great for, having what I call campfire conversations with, but it does a great job just answering a question. And I'm excited about its integration with actual applications, typing, doing things on, once I get on my other devices. I didn't do it for my other devices because apparently I'm at a conference and I have to speak and I didn't want to mess everything up.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, it's like having your drunk uncle get sober in terms of the old SAS person was intoxicated all the time.
Yeah.
And now I'm getting more direct responses back from them. So,
do you want to add anything, Jeff?
Okay, just to preface this, it's been kind of a wild week. I had no idea a new update had come out to the dev beta yet. So what I can say is that I've been very impressed with the dev beta so far. I feel like even dev beta 1 has performed better than the most current release of iOS 20 and macOS 26.
Okay. So some of the things that were added, the S Voice, which is supporting for S Voice customization on compatible devices. So pretty much it's going to be the 17 Pro, and I don't know if the 17 is going to do it Pro Max. Let's see, they might have added the 16 Pro. I don't remember, but we'll find out, I guess. The live recognition, it's in accessibility. They added a new live recognition section. That live recognition uses on-device intelligence to detect and describe things around you with the camera app. This feature is able to answer questions about what it sees, with an option to set it as a default question. There's also support for custom activities, and those settings are in there as well. So some cosmetic changes in the Photos app. They got in the section of the Settings app. There's a new show ratings control toggle, so you can turn off star ratings if you want them on or off. You have that option. Control Center's has had some details about your cellular connection when you're connected to a Wi-Fi and the signal strength, whether you're on LTE or 5G. Shortcuts app, we've talked about that's added some new shortcuts in the wallpapers. You've gotten some new cool wallpapers. And AirPods have gotten some pretty big enhancements. So we got a lot of stuff going on here with 27, and we're definitely going to be, I'm excited to see where this goes, because they added as a go. Beta 3 has just got received here. So watchOS also received its beta, and there had been some changes in here, not much. There's a new dynamic app grid that highlights suggested apps and more intuitive smart stack suggestions. But other than that, not a ton that was added to the watch. tvOS as well came out. Haven't seen much with tvOS. We don't tend to see much with that, but we're all anxiously waiting for the new Apple TV to come out because it's only been 4 years. When that happens, it's hard to say. It's supposed to be this year. So they made some enhancements in the Messages app, as they always do. They've been continuing on. There's ways to you can do things like contextual suggestions. Messages will use Apple Intelligence to surface one-tap suggestions based on what was being discussed in the conversation. If someone is talking to ask you to send a photo, the Messages recognize that request and suggests adding the relevant photos, which is kind of cool. So it knows that by what you're telling you. And you can do writing with S. It's a system-wide write with that feature available in the Messages app. So SAI can compose entire messages for you and proofreading your messages or giving you feedback. So that's kind of cool. Some drawing. Got some more drawing enhancements in Messages. Jeff will like this, and being able to do a little more drawing in the Messages app, which is kind of cool. And Message app also includes an option to remove the audio button from the text bar. Wow!
Finally.
In the Messages app section of the Settings app, you can navigate to show the text field, to set the right side button to record audio, start dictation, or none. I would turn off that mic in a heartbeat because I hit it all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And then it types out at least 4 or 5 sentences before I finally have to go back it out before it gets sent to something I shouldn't have said.
And
probably.
all the words that you're saying,
Yeah.
yeah, you don't want those messages to go out.
No, you don't. So now you can finally turn that off, which is
Not if you're Jeff Gamet.
For everyone else, it's a problem.
Yeah, it is.
I accidentally did it to someone at work, and it was 27 seconds of nothing. And I said, well, honestly, that could have been much worse. So I feel bad.
All right. So let's move on to In Touch with Mac. Golden Gate, macOS 27 Beta 3 is out for developers, and it's out for public beta too. So is iOS, so everybody knows you can be on the public beta. But like I always say to people, do not install a beta on your primary device. You will regret it because it won't work and it'll cause you nothing but problems. But so really what they've done is some design improvements. Liquid glass opacity has been improved to increase readability. There's also the S app that you can chat with S and view past conversations. And they did also added some new backgrounds, so you can get more backgrounds now to wallpapers. So they're actually finding a cool picture of the Golden Gate Bridge right from the sea view, so you can get some cool backgrounds. So that's what usually happens in beta. You end up getting some enhanced wallpapers. You aren't going to see the final product in beta 1. That's for sure. So that's about it. Beta Tahoe, macOS Tahoe 26.6 beta 4 is out now, and that they're just wrapping that up, I think. Security improvements and updates, but that will probably be out, I would anticipate, within the next week or two. Other topics, let's move on here. Apple has released some AirPods beta firmware with some new iOS 27 features. So what's happening is it's going to have you can have support for a custom equalization, and the firmware will add support for those features. It also makes it compatible with SAI, so you're going to be doing that working as well. So that's something to look forward to when it comes to that. And then let's go in here and let's talk about some other things here. Like, let's move a little bit on AI here. This was a big upgrade. OpenAI just upgraded ChatGPT Voice mode in a major way that includes CarPlay, which I don't know anybody here who's been using ChatGPT Voice in CarPlay
All the time.
Yeah. What's your experience?
It's been very good. It really has been very good. And I used it for a very weird bird watching purpose.
Okay.
So let's say I go to one location and then I tell it what I saw. I saw 27 trumpeter swans. I saw 25 snow geese. I saw, and I give it the list. And all the long way, it was memorizing everything. And when I got home, I said, could you give me a report of everything I saw at each location, all the totals, and it remembered everything. And I'm like, wow, that's super cool. But we just even asking questions of it. And I use Sexy Australian Guy right now. So I'm pretty excited about the new voices.
Okay.
Yeah.
I use Sexy Australian Woman.
No.
So
Woman. Okay.
Right.
we should not let them get together.
No.
That'd be trouble.
Those sexy Australian kids.
Right.
So they're going to be coming out with a shiny new model. It isn't the only upgrade in ChatGPT. It was the addition of GPT 5.6's release, which is actually coming out today. Actually going to be tomorrow as we're recording this on the 9th. It's going to also have an all-new ChatGPT voice mode experience as well, because like we talked about CarPlay, this is a major upgrade to the CarPlay voice mode experience as well, so that's huge. Yep, that's going to be coming out pretty soon here. Chuck and Eric, or anybody, have you tried CarPlay with the voice?
No, but I like the idea that you can interrupt it and it still keeps going.
It does, until you tell it to stop.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've had plenty of conversations to try and find things out while I'm driving. So, it's easy to find things out when you're thinking about something. That's what's nice about it.
Oh, yeah. And my friend, she didn't realize it continued to listen to us.
Uh-huh.
And so it was going, and she said, did it just go, oh no, heck no, it shouldn't do it. And it said, oh, I'm sorry, I'll stop doing it immediately. I'm like, now you're wrecking my AI. No.
They just said that they would stop doing it. It didn't say it would stop listening to you.
Right. No, it stopped saying and I like, oh man, but yes.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
a long car trip. Yes.
I was.
Did you use it, Guy?
I have, and I named her Dorothy.
He named her Dorothy.
Mine is called Chet.
And what sexy voice does Dorothy have?
Hey, Guy, how can I help you?
Dorothy was actually my mother's name,
Mm-hmm.
and she was a heavy smoker. So that's
That's
close.
Either
How did you know that?
Either that or a cross-dresser.
I just knew.
Gotta get that down from the cabinet. Okay, Mom.
I'll help you out, Guy.
Okay.
But you
All right.
got to eat your vegetables so you grow big and tall.
I'm 1 inch of Norwegian fury.
Well, I just
Oh,
think
yeah.
it's kind of fun too. Is that I go through these towns, and I was through this town in Minnesota, and I said, "Why are all the houses huge and very rich looking here?" Oh, St. Olaf's College is here. Most of the people here are professors. And I said, "Well, there's this big silver building downtown. What is that?" Oh, you know what that is? And it just told me about the town I was driving through, and I'm like, "This is fun."
Now, Jill, Guy's version, when he drives through that same town and says, "Hey, why are all the houses so big?" It's because the people eat too much.
Okay, let's move on.
Look, you invite me on. This is on you.
It is on me.
Just be thankful I don't have a microphone.
Well, we can still hear you, I think. So, we just had the I'm trying to pronounce what the 250th anniversary of America is, the semi-quincentennial. I think I did it right. And what they're going to do is have a time capsule that'll be sealed until the year 2276, which will be 250 more years from now. An iPhone 17 Pro Max in Cosmic Orange, which I love my Cosmic Orange phone. There you go. I'm sure.
I like to think of it as one less cosmic orange in the world.
Oh, okay. Marty doesn't like Cosmic Orange. What can I say? With the device not due to being seen again until that 23rd century. Okay. America 250, which the congressionally appointed nonprofit leading to this celebration, announced this America's time capsule and was officially sealed and buried at Independence National Historic Park in Philadelphia on July 4th, 2026, to be reopened in 2022-76. It also included America Innovates initiative as a representative of cutting-edge American innovation and technology, and the device showcases advances in handheld computing and imaging and all that fun stuff. So I know I don't see the list in here, but you did a ChatGPT on that.
Yeah.
You remember off the top of your head?
They had a digital representation of, of Lincoln's hand.
Yeah, that was weird.
And the way they got it was from a cast that they made, but also from a series of photographs that they were able to generate what the hand really looked like in terms of it. And they put that data in the time capsule because 250 years from now, the first question they'll have is, what did Lincoln's hand look like?
Now, I'm pretty sure the first question they'll have is, what was in here? Because it looked like someone stuck something with a battery in here that swelled and exploded because it's 250 years old.
That's true enough.
That's true. Anything you guys want to add, Chuck?
I think this is really interesting, especially when you look at the list of other items that were included in the time capsule, that it really does show the relevance of the iPhone in our world. And I say specifically the iPhone, not just cell phones or mobile devices, but the iPhone itself. That it when you look around and realize that not that long ago there were none of these, and how it remade our society and remade access to information is just it's kind of staggering. You really have to stop and think what our world was like before, and it was not like this.
Yeah. I mean, that's a long time from now. Won't be want to be thoughts anymore by that time. So I'll include this list in the show notes. And I just put it in ChatGPT. Of course, it gave me everything I need. So we'll go ahead and include that.
Hey, Dave, Eric has.
I'm sorry.
I just think it's really cool that they timed it so that Cosmic Orange will be back in style for opening it all back up again.
And I'll be dead.
I think we all did at that point.
Speak for yourself.
Starby.
All right, let's move on to some news here this week. Apple has begun testing controversial Chinese memory chips. Apple is testing DRAM memory chips from China's state-backed Shenzhen Memory Technologies, according to a new report from the Financial Times. Last week, it emerged that Apple was in discussions with them and a fellow Chinese chip maker about sourcing memory with no deal finalized. The new details suggest that Apple has progressed to qualifying chips, specifically running the company's memory through this kind of technical validation that typically precedes a supplier being approved for production use. But and Apple apparently is still not committed to using these chips commercially, and it has continued to lead to a lobbyist efforts among U.S. tech companies to get Washington's blessing for a broader use of these suppliers' products. But you got to wonder, because it comes from China, they're not a free country. They're communist, and they make those decisions on those products. Do we want to have these chips in U.S. based laptop MacBooks?
Yeah, it was kind of interesting because they specifically said they would only use the chips in machines for the Chinese market. Right. And hopefully that would free up the other chips for use in all of the other markets. And they're hoping that will allow the approval.
Yep.
Okay, that seems reasonable. Also, you can bet that if Apple were to use these chips outside of China, that they would be conducting rigorous testing on what's brought in to make sure that it's actually what they were paying for, not something that has little surprises in it. On the other side of that coin, why should we feel any safer with chips produced anywhere else, especially chips from the United States, a country that is known for embedding surveillance technology in electronic devices that go to other countries? So, yeah, I know I'm kind of poking at this right here, but the point is, if you're going to use this stuff, at least companies like Apple are going to make sure that it's up to their standards and doesn't have any nefarious elements in it. But the fact that it's just for the Chinese market, okay, that should make it even less controversial.
Is it possible we can also learn something from...
We can learn about Chinese surveillance and how to do it better ourselves?
Well, yeah. But I mean, also something about their chip architecture and structure that we already don't know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
At the end of the day, though, it also is going to add pressure to the entire market to deliver more chips better, faster for the people that want them. Because if Apple, for example, were to change suppliers or modify suppliers, that's a whole lot of chips they're not buying from somebody else. And right now, that's fine. Maybe they have a buyer for those other chips, but that's not going to last forever. And then the new supply chain is going to be in place, and those companies are going to be out in the cold. And they definitely do want to do business with Apple.
Yeah. Anybody else? Anything, John? You good?
Oh, I'm not, in favor of China's chips, and I feel bad for the people of China who would get Chinese chips from them. So I don't want to say it like that, but I did. And hopefully we get over this chip thing soon.
Yeah. Two more stories, then we're going to have our things found, and we'll get close to wrapping up here. Apple announced a $30 billion Broadcom deal to make more U.S. chips. What a transition from China to U.S.-based chip. This is a multi-year partnership with Broadcom to design and produce custom silicon components and wireless technologies, confirming a Reuters report that was covered. Apple says that the new agreement is expected to exceed $30 billion, and it will lead to the creation of more than 15 billion U.S. chips in support of hundreds of American jobs. And then Broadcom is a part of Apple's American Manufacturing Program, an initiative launched last year to boost U.S. manufacturing under Apple's largest AMP commitment to date. And Broadcom will invest $1.5 billion to expand and modernize its manufacturing facility in Fort Collins, Colorado. There, Jeff, where it's producing radio frequency components, including FBAR filters as well as wireless connectivity technologies. So Apple's has had quite a history with Broadcom. Broadcom's a great company. They make some pretty amazing chips. A lot of in the enterprise, a lot of for our standard laptops we know today. What do you think, Jeff?
I'd love to see Broadcom getting more business because they are a good company. Just so very tangentially related. The Broadcom facility in Fort Collins, that's about an hour from where I live. Yeah. And if you're ever up around that area and you drive by their address, you really wouldn't even know Broadcom has a presence there, let alone as big a presence as they do. It's set up to look very unassuming, just blends in with the rest of the area. And what you see mostly is a small gated entrance with an unassuming sign that says Broadcom, and then lots of bushes hiding fences.
Yep.
But I'm cool with Apple building up their relationship with Broadcom.
Yep. Jack, what do you think?
Listen, the more relationships, the better. As more choices for Apple to make to control their supply chain, to control the access, to control the prices. It in some ways it's a shame it took this to have some of these research projects started. On the other hand, we're only hearing about them now. So,
right.
The odds are that this is probably not a new set of conversations. They've been ongoing. It's just that maybe they got renewed or better publicized.
Yeah.
Eric.
Oh, go ahead.
No, I'm totally interrupting.
No, go ahead.
So, Chuck, you hit on something about supply chain, which ties into what Tim Cook has been an expert in, which is supply chain management. And so building on what you said, this is another example of Apple working to make sure that their supply chain is far less brittle, which is smart because so many companies, basically the whole world is relying on very brittle supply chains. You have one thing fail to get delivered or one passageway through the ocean that people suddenly can't use anymore. And it's amazing how many parts for products or raw materials can't get where they need to be when they need to be because it's the only option so many companies are relying on. So yeah, good on Apple for working to have a less brittle supply chain.
Okay, Eric.
Jeff summed it up.
All right.
Beautiful.
I'm sorry. I just totally stole your bit.
Yes,
I apologize.
but you did it well.
Oh, okay.
Do it well. Marty.
I just like the fact that if you think back, Apple was dependent on other chip and part manufacturers, and now it seems like they're driving the buggy. They're getting other manufacturers to work for them in a sense of what they need versus kind of saying, oh, here's the latest Intel chip. What can we do with it? And so that's optimism. It also addresses some of the concerns about domestic production of hardware. So
go ahead, Jill.
Yeah, I was thinking that it's great because, first of all, it's American jobs and Fort Collins jobs, and so that's great. I'm glad they're doing it here, and because you don't know, we saw like during the pandemic where, we don't make PPE anymore, so now we can't get it. Well, we don't want to be in this position where everything's offshore, so I'm pretty excited they're doing it. I just heard Samsung just got into the business of making chips, and I think you're going to start seeing a lot more companies get involved in this, and it's good.
I think we had a question in the audience. WebBixie?
I don't know if you can hear me on the mic.
Oh.
Broadcom was kind of persona non grata with Apple not that long ago, where Broadcom was making the modems for the iPhones.
Right.
And had a huge falling out. And I think this could be some peace gesture. Okay. because they're still going out. They bought Intel's modem business. Okay. And so I don't think they're trying to get into the modem side, but there could be just some other processors or chips or circuits that they're trying to do. Anyway, it's interesting. I don't know. And by the way, they're based in Palo Alto. They're not based.
Right.
They have an office.
Yeah.
Yeah, the office is in Fort Collins, right? Okay.
And I have a business really.
Oh, okay. So that web has a business relationship as well. That
Inside knowledge.
Wow.
No,
Gary had a question. Go ahead.
Micron's building a $5 billion fab in Boise. And then there's even a larger one going in upstate New York. I don't remember exactly which city it is, but this is monstrously huge. And Boise's not really a tech.
Not yet.
Not yet.
There's money in them, our chips.
Yeah, that's right.
All right. Last story here until we move to our things found. Emmy Awards for Apple TV. They just landed a record 89 nominations.
Wow.
There's so many. I'm not even going to read them off. There's so many that are on here. Even there are ones that for The Pit on HBO, because that's kind of part of Apple TV, is that you can watch it through there. That they alone had 25 nominations. The Pit has just become just a phenomenon of a show. Slow Horses has got outstanding casting and drama series, and it's showing actually everything that's in those categories. So, but Shrinking, I'm glad to see Shrinking got a nomination. I know, Chuck, you like that. I love that show. That's a great show. The Comeback, because Hacks goes back from HBO. Margot's got Money Troubles on Apple TV. So there's quite a few in each category. So it's great to see. I tell you, Apple TV is just knocked out of the park with the content they have. There's so many shows I can't even keep up with what to watch anymore. Don't you think, Chuck?
Yeah, it's been interesting to watch them develop their catalog as opposed to buying a back catalog, because that was something they were criticized highly for a while. Like, and how many more times do you need to watch The Office or The Beverly Hillbillies or, Yeah, there you go. It's just they have relied on quality programming, original quality programming. They've supported creation of that, and now that back catalog of their very own is building. And I know my personal watch list has probably 8 or 9 Apple TV series that I want to get to, and I just can't, because there is so much good stuff out there. But Apple TV is right in there pitching with on that list.
Yeah, I mean, and you, of course, plug for you, TV Plus Talk Show. You talk with Charlotte Henry, so you get some pretty good insights on TV.
Yeah, Charlotte and I do a series on Mac Voices called TV Plus Talk that focuses on Apple TV, and gives it a little more attention than it often gets. Yeah. And she's written a book literally on the streaming, so she keeps her ear to the ground, and she has some really interesting observations. Yeah. But yes, it's worthy of paying attention to.
It is.
Apple TV, this service, not our show.
Oh yeah, you got to listen to the show too. It's good. That's why I gave you a plug.
Yeah.
And then Eric, you got anything to add to that? All right, you're good. And Jeff,
I'm just looking at the list of shows that have been nominated, and yeah, all the stuff that Apple has been doing. Chuck, you alluded to that they were criticized for not buying back libraries. But man, what a smart move, because I feel like everything Apple is producing, regardless of whether or not it's the show for you, it's really good content. And I love that it's not a network where it's every show is the best show just for me. Having that diversity is really important for having a large viewer base. And they've nailed that. And when you look at the diversity in the types of shows that Apple has that are getting these awards and award nominations, yeah, they are nailing it.
Yeah. Jill?
Well, I'm obsessed with Pluribus, and I talk to ChatGPT about it all the time because I am a nerd without nerd friends. So I spend a lot of time talking to ChatGPT.
We're all here.
I know you're
all here.
Well, yeah, we could talk about it if you wanted to. But and I also like Slow Horses very much. But I tell people at work how great Apple TV shows are, and they say, "Oh, I just don't need one more thing." And I'm like, You do, because these shows are really fantastic. So I'm excited for them.
Marty? Oh, okay. Marty, go ahead.
Yeah. Aileen was just complaining to me a couple of days ago about how when she watches things on TV, it's broken up by commercials and commercials and commercials. She goes, when did they start adding so many commercials in? And I'm like, it's been going that way for a long time, hon. And suggesting services like Apple TV where they really pay attention to the story narrative and they can tell the stories in long form instead of breaking it up with ads, because we've all paid for Apple TV already for them to be able to do that. It's good. I mean, I think that's what separates it from the other networks. What I would like to see is who else has been nominated in that category, where their competition is in those categories, to see if it truly is a shift towards just streaming models versus what we thought of a traditional TV, 21 minutes of show and 9 minutes of commercials.
Yep. And Guy Serle, thank you for being the producer of the show today. And
Don't applaud.
But something you want to add to this topic?
One of my complaints about Apple TV when it first started was the fact that there wasn't a back catalog.
Yep.
But now that it's been around for over 10 years, they have a back catalog. But the back catalog is all older, good Apple TV shows. And to go to Marty's point, streaming is the way that things are going to end up. And the reason why it works is because streaming can do long form. Whereas ad-based TV, where you have to be in this spot on this day at this time to watch it, and if you miss something, then you're screwed because you have no idea what happened in the last show. As an example, I give you Babylon 5. When that came out. At the time, I was traveling a lot, and I would come back, and the characters would now be different kinds of aliens. And, these people hated each other for reasons that I had no idea. And so I couldn't pick back up on the show. So I never watched it after a little bit because I just couldn't figure out what was going on. But what's going on right now with Apple TV, this is where the future of television is going. Long form, no ads. Yes, you have to pay for it, but in the long run, it gives you a better experience.
All right.
Guy, you don't have to worry about network TV because they've already surrendered. I mean, when was the last... Somebody name me a network TV show that they really want to watch on a regular basis.
Well, I still watch Law and Orders. I still watch...
Oh, for the season 5,000? I mean, really, come on. How many more people can they kill and figure it out?
All of them, Chuck.
All of them.
I like the Chicago shows, too.
Well...
Chuck, the show
it's not
for
because
me...
I live in Chicago.
But last network TV show that I was like so hooked on, so much so that I bought it so that I can watch it over and over. The Good Place.
Okay.
Right. Yeah.
Now I think that was on NBC.
Yes.
Okay. And I was not familiar with it.
It's over 10 years old now.
Okay. So my point. I mean, now it's game shows every night. I mean, it's insane.
I still think the sitcom does really well. I watch Abbott Elementary and some other ones. So I think the sitcoms still do well but I stream it. I don't watch it on terrestrial TV.
Right.
So,
but that's the point. It's hard to find a show on regular network TV with ads that anyone is tuning into. Almost all of the major U.S. networks have all switched to streaming models, and they're all trying to make money on it. And some of them are going the Netflix way, which is where, okay, we want you to pay and we're going to give you ads at the same time. Or, they're offering it to other streaming platforms so that they can stream it. And that's how they get paid for it.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. So let's go ahead and move on to our things found this week. Jill, you got a really cool app here I never knew about here. Go ahead and tell us about it.
Well, I found it because of your podcast, because it was one of the award winners for designs this year
that's right.
from Apple. And it is called Structured. I'll point it out to everyone here. But it is a to-do and scheduling app. It's primarily made for people who have ADHD, which I do. And I have Fantastical. I've used it for years, but it overwhelms me. I just like, I don't know what to do next. I see everything. And this just shows me today. It shows me what I'm doing right now. I can put tasks. I can put scheduled appointments in here. And it is keeping me on track. And it has a companion app called Awake, which is their alarm app. And so anyone who knows me knows that I'm not a morning person. I wake up in the morning. I don't know my name. I don't know where I'm at. I have no idea what planet I'm on. And this Awake app is an alarm app. And it says, "Good morning, Jill." Oh, I'm Jill. Today is Saturday, blah, blah, blah. Today, your agenda is this. And I'm like, oh, okay. And I get started on the right foot. And I just love it.
Yeah. Okay. Great. My pick this week is actually a mouse I found, and it's made by Logitech. Logitech makes some great mice. This one's called the Mobi Fold. It's an ultra portable mouse. The coolest thing is here, look how it folds up here.
Wow.
I'm showing in the audience here, and it is really a nice little mouse, and it allows you to be able to do it there. Here's on camera here. There we go. And it just pops out, and it's good for business travelers. Good for anybody who wants to have this portable type of mouse, and it is really cool. And it's really the promotion right now. It comes in a couple colors. This is kind of the gray color, but they have black and they have lilac, excuse me, and they have white. So it's not a bad price. That's $79.99. Good little mouse here, and I highly recommend it. It's really good here. So so let's go ahead and move on to Jeff, and he has his art merch.
Yes. All right. So since we're at Macstock, it seemed only appropriate that because people were asking me if I'd be bringing something that they had seen from one of the first Friday events that I did, if I'd bring it to so they could buy it. Like, yes. Anyhow, so I brought my my Pride Borb cards that I made, and so here at the event, they're all hand-signed cards. Once I have them online for sale, then my signature will be on them. But, of course, it'll be a reproduction of my signature. So that takes us into the bigger part of my cool thing, which is an absolutely shameless plug, and I have no problem with that whatsoever. It's my merch store that I set up so that you can go buy my art on things. So go do it because there's fun stuff. And easiest way to describe it, well, in Dave's show notes, the link directly to the store's there. But if you go to jeffgamet.com and click at the top of the screen where it says Jeff's art merch, it just takes you right to it. And here's a spoiler a surprise for everyone that's here. I set up a T-shirt that I put on the merch store, and I was so happy with the design. I ordered one, and that's what I'm going to be wearing during my presentation because I absolutely love how it turned out.
Excellent. Oh. Can't wait to see it on your shirt. So let's go ahead and talk.
You just want to see my chest.
I do.
Smart picture.
Oh, yes.
Oh, please no.
Well, it will be now.
You have that belly piercing too.
Oh, yeah.
I'll go get that now too.
Marty, you have a portable travel monitor. That's a really good price.
Yeah, that's what kind of attracted it to me. And I thought, if you've got one portable monitor, what's better than one portable monitor, but two portable monitors? I work at home with 3 monitors, and when I get stuck on a laptop without a second monitor, I feel like I'm being strangled. So these things you can get all sorts of levels of qualities of these, up 5K if you want, or 4K, and they can get pricey in the $200, $300 range. This is $49. It is a 1080p. And frankly, one of my monitors at home is a 1080p. It's where I throw documents on, makes it nice and big for me to read when I'm working on it versus tight on this So, yeah, I picked this up and have it with me at the conference for this weekend in case I do some work up in my room. And of course, I went up into my room and saw the table is about the size of a hockey puck.
Oh, I know. It's ridiculous.
So I don't know where I'm going to place the second monitor, but or the third monitor. But really, they're very thin. They're easy to carry along. And I had one monitor in a sleeve. And I got this new monitor and shoved the second monitor into the same sleeve. So it works just as well.
Wow.
All right. And Chuck, you have a microphone storage case that you have for travel.
Yeah. For the folks in the room, I've looked around for travel mics and I'm never happy with them. They never sound good. So I looked around instead. And I have my Shure with me, but I wanted something to protect it because it's not an inexpensive mic. So I ended up with a hard case like that fits the mic, fits a couple accessories, a couple cables, and it's relatively inexpensive. I think it's like $19, but it gives me the protection I need. But the other problem is with the Shure in particular, and all this is just, these are Shure specific items, not made by Shure, but for this mic, is that this does not come with a mic stand. It's usually meant to be mounted on an arm or something that you provide. So I dug around Amazon and I found a very small little, you really can't see it unless I move this and I'll destroy Guy's stuff. But just this, and it actually will fit in there. So, everything is right in there. And I've got my mic that I like to use and sounds better than all the travel mics I've tried. And the whole outfit is like, I think $30, $35. And so now I can travel with the mic I want inexpensively, but protected. So if you travel with microphones, and I'm going to do sort of a double plug here. If you travel with any kind of gear, look around Amazon. They make a case for everything.
They do.
It's crazy what you can find cases for. And so if you're worried about a decent portable speaker, they have a case for it. I guarantee you that you can't show me this portable speaker they don't have a case for. So check it out because this has solved admittedly, it's a very specific problem, but it's a problem.
Chuck, you'll be happy to hear that they make cases reasonably priced for Vision Pros too.
Thank you.
They do. It costs $59. So
I was worried about
I wasted my money on the Apple one, which actually was quietly discontinued. So
yeah, which tells you why I wait.
Well, now you have a case.
Yeah, you don't need to wait anymore, Chuck.
Yeah.
You can find the case.
I can find the case. Thank you. Okay. All right.
And last but not least, Eric, you got a cool little grip there for your iPhone.
Yeah, because I like to balance my iPhone on the edge of counters, and so the grip allows it. And I keep using my phone for lists and stuff, like in the kitchen or whatever, and have different people using it. But this is a grip that even if your joints aren't fully working or really swelled or whatever, you can still use it. You can still balance it. You can get it on the phone or off the phone. It was designed to let lots of people without fine motor dexterity to grab the grip. And it was like a design winner that Apple hosted in their store, and it was short term, but they brought it back. And now there's not this particular delightful, what color is this?
Lime.
Not this lime color, but now it is an orange swirl color.
Yeah, they don't have lime anymore.
That's, even happier than this.
They probably just didn't bring back because that was probably when during this
This was like the special edition.
Special edition, right? So that might be valuable. Go.
Oh, I was going to say something about structure.
Oh, okay. And it comes in blue and orange and stone, I think it is. And that's a good price. So $54.95, reasonable for a stand like that. So thanks, Eric. Jill wanted to add something about her pick of structure.
Yeah, I want to talk about structured. It will integrate with ChatGPT. It has an MCP server. And so I have all my podcast stuff in Notion. And I have all my other stuff like mowing the lawn and tasks in structured. I can actually query ChatGPT, say, hey, I need 3 hours to write an article. When's the next great time on my calendar? And it can go look at Notion and it can go look at structured. And I can ask all sorts of different questions about my schedule when I have a time gap. And so you can integrate it with AI too.
Like a personal assistant.
It is like a personal assistant. Yeah.
All right. What a great show. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Great to have everybody here in the audience. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Let's go ahead and wrap up. But before we wrap up, let's find out where everybody can be found. I'm going to start on the other end of the table here. Marty, where can people find you?
At Jencius, Jencius, on most of the socials. And check out the podtalk.net, the website that has the shows that I do. Of course, Vision Profiles on Mondays, Neo Notebook on Sundays, both of those with Eric and Dave. And Chuck Joyner's show on Tuesdays, Dave's show on Thursdays, the Tech Hangout on Friday mornings, and other podcasts, fun stuff like 15-Minute Bites and Fade to Chat, which is a movie, I guess it's a movie discussion podcast that I do with Cindy Rotz. And
who's in the audience?
Who's in the audience. And we're doing Breakfast at Tiffany's next episode. So
you had the Pink Panther.
We did the Pink Panther, and we have different feelings about the Pink Panther. But that's okay. That's the fun part.
That's the part of the show. Yeah.
When Cindy gives me pain, I make her watch a musical.
All right.
Or a war movie. Either one will do.
There we go. Jill McKinley, thank you always for being here and being with us today in person. It's always great to see you. We're going to be having some fun here at Macstock this weekend. Where can people find you?
You can find everything I do at jillfromthenorthwoods.com. And Gary suggested it. He's in the audience today that I get that. And I did get the domain, and now it's my home site. And I have a new podcast about AI in everyday use, not vibe coding or doing anything deep, but what can you do in your daily life to use AI? And it's called Small Steps with AI.
Thank you. Jeff Gamet, thank you for being here. It's always great to see you, my friend. Where can people find you?
Well, it's great to be here, and I'm really happy we're friends.
Yes, me too.
Yeah. All right, so when I'm not just telling Dave how cool he is, you can find me on my blogs where I occasionally write, jeffgamet.com and freshbrewtales.com. Then on the social medias, jgamet, pretty much everywhere. Active mostly right now on Mastodon, PixelFed, and Blue Sky. Then for shows, Tuesdays on Chuck's Mac Voices Live. Thursdays, I'm pretending it's Thursday today, on Dave's In Touch with iOS. Brian Chaffin and I do The Context Machine. Patrice Brendamore and I do Retro Rewatch. And new show that a lot of us are on now, on Fridays, the Tech Hangout.
Yes.
There's other stuff that Chuck has roped me in on, too.
All right. Thank you, Jeff. Chuck Joyner, thank you for being here as well and being a good friend. Where can people find you?
Thank you. Pardon me. Thank you, Dave, and congratulations on 10 years.
Yeah, thanks so much.
It's an impressive accomplishment.
Yes.
You can find me at macvoices.com. Tuesday nights, we do the live show that's been mentioned at 8 p.m. Eastern on youtube.com/macvoicestv. On all the socials, you can find me as at Chuck Joyner. And we have a couple series going on Mac Voices right now. One is previously mentioned TV Plus Talk with Charlotte Henry. And Jeff was alluding to the fact that he and Marty and I are doing a new show called Foreshadowing Tech, about how tech has influenced media and media has influenced tech back in the 60s, 70s, and beyond. So check it out. And Jill was a guest panelist on our most recent show. So check it out as well.
Yeah,
Thanks, Dave.
I actually watched that show, and it was really, I enjoyed it. It was
cool.
Yeah, it was good.
Thank you.
I didn't even know about that movie. I probably should go watch it.
You should. Yeah, you need to watch it.
I'm going to go check it out. Yeah. All right, last but certainly not least, Eric Bolden. Thank you for being here. Great to see you in person here.
It's great to be here.
Where can people find you?
I can be found on Mastodon at eabolden at mes.to. Otherwise, Sundays on the Neo Notebook, Mondays on Vision Profiles, Tuesdays on Mac Voices Live, and usually Thursdays on In Touch with iOS.
Thank you. Thank you so much. All right, well, that's a wrap for this week. Please send your comments, questions, suggestions to our email address, which is feedback@intouchwithios.com. You can follow us on Blue Sky and Mastodon. It's at In Touch with iOS. Support the show. Buy me a coffee at intouchwithios.com/coffee. We would really appreciate it. You can become a patron of the show by going to patreon.com/intouchwithios. We have 2 tiers available to support the show. We'd really appreciate it. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe when we are normally live streaming, which is on Thursday nights, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific, on our YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/intouchwithios, where you can usually watch the current and past live streams and listen to past shows. You can subscribe to the show in your favorite podcatcher, including Pocket Casts, Overcast, or Apple Podcasts. But better yet, just go to our website, intouchwithios.com, where the links are there to listen to our show. I am Dave Ginsburg, and you can find me on the following podcasts. I'm on the Neo Notebook with Marty and Eric on Sundays. Mondays, I'm on Vision Profiles with Marty and Eric. And Tuesdays, I'm Mac Voices Live with Chuck here and everybody here on this panel now. Jill can't make it. I know she's busy, but we miss her. And then Thursdays, recording the show usually. And then Fridays, the Tech Hangout on not the British Tech Network, but a new network. I'm used to saying that. Yes,
on the Tech Social
Network, which is now Tech Hangout. But with that, thank you everybody for being here in the audience, everybody out there that listened to this show. And I can't believe 10 years have just gone past here as long as it's gone. But I'm looking to do many, many more years ahead here. We have a blast here, and my wife has a placard that she gave me that is absolutely gorgeous. It's the blue color with the Intellectual iOS logo, and it says established on June 15th, 2016. So thank you, everybody, and thanks for listening, and we'll talk again soon.